Every single month on this YouTube channel, we do a $100 gift card giveaway to Speedcubers.com. Now, how do you enter? Well, it's easy. All you have to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, and just like that, you're entered. At the end of the month, I will choose a random subscriber to win the $100, so good luck to all of you guys. However, if you don't want to wait until the end of the month and you want to buy some cubes right now, then just use my discount code ENCODED for 5% off every Speaker Shop order. Alright, let's get right here in the video now, shall we? Alright, what's guys, Keep Encoded, and today I'm going to be talking about why I absolutely love the Speedcubers documentary. The Speedcubers came out on Netflix about a day ago, and since then I've already been able to watch it twice, and honestly, after a couple watches, I have no other words to say besides I just loved it. Now look, when I say that I love a piece of content, I don't really use that lightly. For example, the documentary Why We Cube that came out a couple years ago, I like it a lot. However, I can't really say I loved it. However, the Speedcubers is different, I absolutely loved it, and today I'm going to be talking about why. Now, this doc is about the friendship/rivalry between Felix Zemdegs and Max Park. And before we talk about the documentary, I just want to discuss a little bit about how much these people have had an impact on my life. Now for Max Park, as you guys know, he lives in around the same region as me, which means that every single competition I go to, he is there. And for me, being able to see his development over the years has just been super incredible and so inspiring. Like, I remember the first time I noticed him was around 4 years ago, and I saw him just like solving a 4x4, and I thought, huh, he's pretty fast. Next thing you know, 2016, he makes a final at US Nationals. He comes back being a huge star, going faster and faster and faster. Then he does what no one thought he could, and then breaks a world record, and then starts breaking more and more world records, and eventually started going on this huge world record spree that was amazing for me to witness firsthand. As for Felix Zemdegs, this guy has really just been an icon in my life ever since I started cubing. Like, I remember 6 years ago when I first started cubing and just searching up like Felix Zemdegs clips and just seeing his world records, and I would do that for hours. You know, I would just be sitting on my bed just watching him do his thing, and it was super inspiring for me as a cuber, and I think it's the main reason why I'm still doing it today. And the experiences I've been able to have with him personally have been brief but really meaningful. So the first one was when Yushinju first broke the world record, and I remember really wanting to make a video just asking him what he thought about it. So I shot him an email just like asking a couple questions. I didn't really expect anything out of it, but next thing you know, he shot me back an email with just a bunch of paragraphs with replies, and that meant a lot to me. And my second interaction with him was even more meaningful. It was just a couple weeks ago, and during this time there was just a bit of bad publicity revolving around my channel. You know, a couple bad videos about me and some bad Facebook and Reddit posts. So I remember just being on my laptop trying to respond to everything, just trying to deal with it all, and my phone gets a notification from Felix Zemdegs, and he basically told me that I shouldn't worry about it, and that basically I should keep my chin high, and that he thinks I'm doing a great thing, and that meant so much to me. Alright, but enough about that. Let's just talk about the documentary now. Now, when watching this movie, you can basically split it up into 3 different parts. So the first part is about Felix Zemdegs, the second part is about Max Park, and the third part is about the WTA World Championships and just everything revolving around that competition. So first, let's talk about the first part. So I think what this movie did a really great job of was just showing exactly why Felix Zemdegs was an icon in cubing. Like, in this short 7-minute section of the movie, we're able to understand exactly why Felix Zemdegs is the greatest cuber of all time, but it also shows that besides that, Felix Zemdegs is really just a normal person who loves doing what he does. Now, I feel like sometimes it's pretty easy to forget just how dominant Felix Zemdegs was in cubing for like the longest time. Like, if you started cubing just a couple years ago, you probably wouldn't know about it all. But for example, when I first started cubing, Felix Zemdegs was everything. Like, he was the undisputed face of cubing. There was really no one else even close to him in a lot of his events, and I think the doc did a really amazing job doing that. Now, let's get into the second part of this documentary, which was about Max Park. So I think it's safe to say that Max Park really was the main focus of this documentary, which makes sense because the story about him and his family is endlessly inspiring. In this part of the movie, we basically understand how cubing is absolutely everything to Max Park. Like, right from the start, he just absolutely loved it, and ever since then, he's just been doing it more and more, and it's completely changed him and his family's life. And one aspect of this part that I thought was especially interesting was that it showed just how special Felix Zemdegs was in Max Park's life. Like, it's clear that Felix Zemdegs is just Max Park's hero. He looks up to him so much, and now that these two guys are introduced and that we know their relationship, the movie then goes into the 2019 World Championships. Now, obviously, as cubers, watching this part of the documentary was a little bit weird because the movie hypes up how it's Felix Zemdegs versus Max Park. However, as we all know, in the end, it was Philip Weir that won, and Max Park got 4th, and Felix Zemdegs got 5th. However, if I didn't cube and I didn't know the outcome of this competition, I would have been just like biting my nails at some of these scenes, and frankly, it was just really intense. Now, one part that I thought was pretty cool was that I went inside the green room before the World Championship final, so you know, it had all 16 finalists, and they were just all bunched up in this little room, and I was like, wow, I've never been in something like that. That looks really cool. Now, after the 3x3 finals is over, we get to see just how these two cubers reacted to what happened. Like, obviously for Felix Zemdegs, the entire competition, which was a tough one, and it showed how he dealt with it, and frankly, he dealt with it amazingly. You know, he was classy all the way, and I think it's really great for younger cubers to see this, just seeing how you deal with defeat in the right way, and how you use rough times to help you grow. And for Max Park, it showed that even after not making the podium, he was still happy, which was really great to see because in the past, if he underperformed, he would get really upset, and it would just be really tough for him to deal with. However, at the WTA World Championships, he was okay with the results. So yeah, that's basically the documentary. It's just the most wholesome thing I've ever watched. You know, it just gives you such good feels, and I was smiling all the way. Now let's let's get into a couple things that I want to highlight. So number one, the cinematography is really great. This movie was filmed by Chris Olsen and I think a couple other people, and I remember when I was at a competition, Western Championship 2019, I remember just like, you know, doing my thing, and I see like Chris Olsen walking around with just this gigantic camera, and frankly the movie looks amazing. Like, it's so well shot, and honestly Chris Olsen's development as a filmmaker, as a videographer, has just been like super inspirational, and he's just gotten so good now. The second thing I wanted to highlight was just how amazing it was to see like world championships depicted in a documentary. Like, for me personally, I have never been to a competition even close to that scale, so you know, being able to watch this documentary, it was like I was actually there, which was really special for me. And the third thing I want to discuss were Swan and Mickey Park in this movie. Dude, these are like the most incredible people I have ever seen. Like, these are just the most amazing parents and amazing people, and it's literally insane just how great these people are. And I think that's about it. So those were my thoughts about the Speedcubers documentary. Now obviously this is not a feature-length doc, so we're not going to see like all the little parts about cubing, you know, you're not going to get into all the little specifics, but that doesn't matter because first and foremost, this is a movie about friendship, and cubing is just like the backdrop of it all. Alright, so anyways, those are my thoughts. Make sure that you guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below because I would love to know. Alright, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.